Yo, what's good? I'm your host, StarBrain, aka the youngest to ever do it, and you are now tuning in to StarBrain Radio, you dig?
Yo, welcome to Turtle Island. You are now rocking with the God Nebulous Miyagi, and you are now tuning to StarBrain Radio. Know that you like it. Dark cloud, silver lining. I know it's raining, but keep on running. I have seen places that we would promise, and I look left and didn't see no woman. Cause she looked back, it's frozen in a moment. I know what's left, and yeah, that's the summit. And I'm not changing my vision, homie, cause it's a lot left with my name on it. I know you like the pain that has ran its course. I know you see the way that I walk in joy. Can't snatch it away, I'm a lover boy. No reference to Drake, I've been here before. I'll be dancing in plays and you can't ignore. Cause I'm really happy for what's in store. Rafiki, the ball now was in your court. Don't forget to press play, also press record. Yes, Lord, close to death a few times, but my constitution got the groceries done. Paved the way for my son, one day bite at a time. I'm important, Zion. And yeah, I know that you like it. Know that you like it, yes. Yeah. Know that you like it, yes. Know that you like it, yes. Yeah. Know that you like it, yes. Just bounce, pop was paid with gold, I promise. People have stabbed me close, I honor the power inside of my throat chakra. Vibrate to heal, my words are awesome. Singing my affirmations often. Listening to different frequencies, baby. Yeah. I sound sounding alarms, I know my office isn't inside this world. Grandmama telling me hold my head up, walking. Tears falling down my face, I'm coughing. Let go of all my burdens, I was casted on down, I know symbolic. Spiritually dead, I rose, I got a lift in my leg, I felt my father. He was right there, I know I saw him. Encouraged me on the mountain taller. I got a seed that has to follow. Passing the wisdom, past the knowledge. Look at me now, I paid my homage. I know that you like it, baby, huh? I know that you like it, baby, huh? And yeah, I know that you like it. Bring it in the slow vibes. I know that you like it, yeah. You are not rocking with Nebulous Miyagi. I know that you like it. But you can call me Rafiki. Know that you like it. Yeah. Know that you like it, yeah. Watch me wave and just bounce. 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 Your love is crazy. Somehow I'm feeding it daily. I've been in here mentally moving away. Lately, yeah. Your love is crazy. Somehow I'm feeding it daily. Your love is crazy.
Yo, what's good? Before we get into this episode, here's a message from our sponsor. If you hadn't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's the easiest way to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started and enjoy the episode. Yo, what's good, everybody? You are now tuned in to StarBrain Radio. I'm your host, StarBrain, here with Rafiki, Mr. Nebulous. How you feeling today, man?
Man, listen. I'm
feeling like how everybody is feeling today, man. Feeling great. I'm alive and well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their dualities. I'm dealing with life just like y'all dealing with life, but I'm just as happy to be here, man. I'm excited. I'm really ready to look forward to what we got to talk about today here on the show. Man, how you feeling today, man? How everything looking on your end?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Just been working on my creative endeavors regarding StarBrain Radio, getting things situated. And I'm looking forward to this drop of this new season, man. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Like,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How excited I am for real.
Yeah, man. You are not rocking with your boy. It's your boy Nebulous Miyagi. You know what I'm saying? We on StarBrain Radio. Yeah, you know, always rocking with Turtle Island. Big shout out to everybody that rock with Turtle Island. Made abundance, rain free, roam free throughout the earth, so everybody can tap into that abundance. Especially UG, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you having me. Man, you know, the Cosmic Turtle send you plenty of abundance your way. Yeah, man, let's get this thing rocking, bro.
I appreciate you, bro. And I'm glad that you mentioned Turtle Island. For those who don't know what Turtle Island is, can you kind of give some insight behind what it is and, you know, what its whole purpose is?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna take my time with this one. I was just talking to someone earlier about this earlier today. So what is Turtle Island? Just from the general definition, Turtle Island is an ancient name for North America. Some ancestral stories we'll get into saying it's actually the whole earth, but to keep it more simple or something that we can all actually picture and relate to, if you look at North America from a bird's eye view, you would notice that it actually resembles a giant turtle. Wish I had a map out, but I don't. But the head of the turtle will be represented by Greenland. An arm of Turtle Island will be represented by Alaska. Another arm of the Nova Scotia area. The two legs or the two other arms are the flippers or whatever. The back hind legs will be represented by the Baja, California, and Florida Panhandle. And of course, the tail of the turtle will be represented by Mexico, Central America. Yeah, man, it's a huge story behind all of that. I got that story pinned up on my business page. If you really want to dive deep into that, that's just a general definition. What does it mean for Rafiki? What does it mean for Nebulous? It's just the way how my spirit was able to connect back to the land and how it all was able to make sense for me as far as what this spiritual journey is giving me as far as my purpose. We have always, you know, harped about knowledge of self and things of that nature. So when it comes to knowing ourselves, a lot of people may not know that, you know, when it comes to who's the actual indigenous people of this land, and when it comes to the ancient stories of this land, they are connected back to the original people of the land. So it's nothing that's really outside of myself that I'm representing when I do talk about Turtle Island. I've done a little bit of research when it comes to my own family, when it comes to back to my own lineage, as far as being from Mississippi and dealing with the Aboriginals in that area and just learning about the history, the oral history, you know, like giving my family, like my grandmothers would tell me things about how they were Indian. My great grandmother, she was alive for a long period of my time, my life, probably like the first 12, 13, 14 years, something like that. She was talking about how she was an Indian as well. So it just goes back both sides, man, just learning about those oral traditions and learning about what they went through and just tying that back into what's going on presently today. So yeah, man. So that's a bunch of different names for North America, but I like to stick to one that's kind of non-controversial, where we don't have to sit here and say, okay, well, he could be talking about this land, he could be talking about that land, but no, you can't really disprove that one. just based on geography alone. Again, so yeah, man, that's what Turtle Island represents to me. My spirit is extremely slow about how it processes information as far as getting things out into the public eye, at least that's what the public sees, as far as me creating content. But, given the situation and how the energies are shifting, we now in Aries season and things are really about to take on a head of steam. So the turtle's finna start walking here shortly, guys. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that's something I really salute you for, because if you take a look at just what you post, it is to know your roots, to know your background, and to just know your lineage. Because at this particular time, we got folks who, who's doing everything in their power to, want to just cover that up, want to disconnect you from self, and want to have you, just not knowing self. And that's something that you pursue when you're going down a path of knowing thyself and wanting to know self and know where you come from.
Exactly.
Know more about your family, you start to know more about your blood. And it's a lot of pride that comes with it, a lot of what's the word? I want to say dignity, and it's so fulfilling as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. It gives you a sense of belonging. Our history has always been stripped from us as far as what we know as to be true. What was taught to us as we grew up in school, in society, as far as who we are as a people, it predates and is reverse of what they say slavery, that time period, how it went down. So we can't necessarily just take the victors or what was perceived to be the victor, their side of the story, because they have known to be habitual liars. I hate to be blunt, but been known to be habitual liars about the true scale of what has happened here on this land, and how it's all been taught into reverse to us. So unlearning and relearning that side of it, it really ties you back into who you truly are as a person, and it gives you a sense of stability, so you don't be out here wondering, well, what I'm supposed to be doing, who am I, and having these thoughts of not knowing where to be, not being centered. But once you realize, like, your people been here forever, and they passing down the greatest thing, and that's the memory of in our DNA, and you can't erase that. So, just being connected on that level, where it's down to the basic level, all the way down to like the smallest particles within us. It's really freeing, man. It definitely gives me a sense of being a place where I know I can call home, at least on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Just understanding who you are as a person, and being connected through that, just knowing that all the history that has been taught to us in school has been taught to us in reverse of what we know to be slavery, and just colonization, period. We can't necessarily take the winner or the perceived winner, their side of the story, to be actually fact about how things went down. So yeah, just uncovering a whole bunch of stories. That's what it's a rabbit hole, man. Once you get down into it, you continue down that rabbit hole, just uncovering stories about how things actually went down here on this continent, really across the whole world. It's been told where it seems like we only had a short history, like we only been here for about like 500 years, but we go back millions, billions of years, bro. And to be able to connect back into your roots like that, it's really gives you a sense of well-being, a grounded sense of purpose. Okay, like where am I supposed to be at in life, and it just lets you know that you've always actually been here because of how ancient your lineage go back. So it just gives you a purpose of, okay, at least I know, like, hey, this is my land. As far as, hey, my great grandma used to be head of this thing one day, you know what I'm saying? Or my great grandpa used to be ahead of this thing one day. So it gives you, like you said, some type of pride where you can be humble about that though, you know what I'm saying? So it's just getting back to that, and we just got to teach our youth that and go forward with just changing one mind at a time about, and not necessarily trying to be bullish about it. It's just being educational and being finding justice in the correct education of what's going on. Yep.
Yes. And I'm glad that you
Third,
highlighted that because a lot of times folks confuse, knowing thyself with like ego or some shit. But nah, it's taking your power back, like taking it back to what we talked about last time we spoke. I'm no longer in school. I was able to, get out a bit early, but that was on my own doing because, being in those classrooms, I was just like, this isn't fulfilling. Like I'm hearing the same story over and over. I don't feel like I belong. These stories that I'm hearing is making me feel as if that I don't belong here, or as if I'm just some shit out the bottom of the bottom of this pit. But
right.
going down that path of wanting to know more about myself, wanting to know more about those who look like me, like I said, I found way much more fulfillment, purpose started to flow into my life. And man, it goes beyond words when it comes down to knowing truth
Mm-hmm.
and knowing how to decipher what doesn't sound right, knowing how things can be miscrewed, and taking your power back and not just accepting anything that you're told. But not to
Exactly.
go too far into that, I think this is a great way to bring us into the project that you are getting ready to drop.
Yeah,
Different
yeah,
light.
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Man, I know everybody's been waiting on it.
Mhm.
I'm here in Kansas City, right here in the heart of Turtle Island, right in the middle of the continent.
Mhm.
And I service people, and I'm always playing my music around the people that I service. And man, I'd have been in hundreds of people's faces, and I connected with a lot of people here in Kansas City, and a lot of people are really waiting on me to drop. Speaking of, I just got a new follower on my business page. People are steadily waiting on me to drop my music, man. So I've been working, man. So this is 2017 is like when I really started getting into music, and I've never dropped a body of work. I've always dropped singles, little skits here and there, like popping in and out of my shell type ordeal, type energy. But nah, man, I'm taking my time with my first piece that I want to drop as far as a body of work. Um, Originally, it was supposed to be like 9 songs. What's taking so long is I got a couple additions
Mhm.
to the project, as well as some at least one skit that's gonna go in it as well. Just to give you a little story, a preface on that. And so that's what I haven't been talking about. That's what I've been doing behind the scenes. Especially this past week, I have been posting a lot of content. Um, that and bills. We can't ever stop that one. When it comes to sovereignty, though, like of course, I'm working on that aspect as well. At least gaining the knowledge of how to become sovereign. But different light is I think it's 11 songs now. So all of the songs, at least on my end, to my knowledge so far, I've done all of the work to different light. Um, it is an evolution of me telling my personal life, its story, but how it can also relate to the macrocosm of the stories that are playing out on the cosmic level, um, about just picking the right um, feminine energy to roll with going forward. We always pick this feminine energy or this yin energy that wasn't always healthy for us as a people, and how we have to get away from that, come out of that, and then walk with a different purpose, a different light of another feminine energy that can actually guide us to the path to becoming a nation of people again, or a whole being or a whole person again. And I am in doing my best to create a story. That was the biggest thing for me, is I was always able to drop singles because I was able to keep the stories minute in the song. Now I have to broaden the story out and branch out to a few songs. So that's the whole goal with this project. It's not my most lyrically in-depth project. I'm probably gonna, I'm probably gonna get into a stronger lyrical piece of work later in the year. But this one is like, hey, I'm bringing in the vibes, man. I'm bringing in the slow vibes. I'm letting people know, like, I'm establishing myself as an artist, as just a voice to be heard, to enjoy. I hope that people continue to vibe with me once this comes out. I cannot give you a date, everyone, just because of the nature of our business. People don't create words out of thin air. Yes, we do create words out of thin air, but they have to be thought forms. And a lot of times thought forms don't come to you unless you experience a certain set of things that happen to you. So I am not rushing the last two people that are a part of this process with their creativity, because I want everything to be perfect and I want it to be on divine timing. So they have their own personal lives. It's like I got mine. Actually, one person just sent me what seems to be like the finished version of a skit today. And I think that's going to be that when it comes to the skit. I don't know if I'm going to throw some music in the background. He's going to throw some music in the background. We'll talk about that later. If not this evening, probably tomorrow. I really want to see how much I can get done by this weekend. So by Monday, I can give the world a notice. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm looking like as far as me getting the tape drop. And we're going to do a proper rollout, even though I've been properly rolling it out, letting people know, like, hey, I've been looking at this since the wintertime. But no, in actuality, I've been looking at this for 3 years, y'all. Been 3 years into it. So, yeah, bro. Everybody done heard Jazz Tip. So it's just letting you know, I'm coming with a different type of vibe. I don't necessarily consider my sound as a genre that's been created yet. I wanted to mix a bunch of genres together, like even on one song, but I have a particular pattern of way I'm doing my music on this tape that you'll notice once you hear all the rest of the songs. It's like, oh, he did the majority of his songs this way. And that was the whole purpose of the theme of the way the sounds came out. So it's more than just the lyrics. It's the song structure. It's the story structure. It's getting all the engineering down. All right. It's actually living these events out. I'm not talking about things that I can't necessarily relate to. I'm talking about things that actually have happened to me, things that, that I can perceive from my perception. Everyone has a angle of perception that they can bring to the table. And I want people to have the courage to stand on that and be an individual with bringing their truth forward and being original about the words that come out of their mouth, not necessarily allowing outside influence to dictate that. And that's where I try to come from with this particular tape. Is I try not to listen to no artist as little as possible to get any outside influence. I read a lot of books. It's probably the biggest influences are just reading books, learning how to do storytelling, and like I said, just my own experience, just getting better with writing. So yeah, man, it's a different genre altogether. Dave talks about that. I got a video. Dave gets into the initial breakdown of how he thinks Different Light is set up. It's on my artist page under Nebulous Miyagi, at Nebulous Miyagi on Instagram. I think it's the video with the turtle, with the snake wrapped around the turtle, like it's a giant planet. on my page where they gets like a 30-minute breakdown if you want to listen to do it so on your own time. But yeah, man, different light, man. We can get into any specific questions you got about it.
Let me see. The first question that I had was going deeper into what inspired Different Light and what this project means to you and those who can relate to its message. Because I know, hearing just the words Different Light, a lot of folks, they probably won't even understand what Different Light means. But for me, how I'm taking it is that it's pertaining to your individuality and how you stand out within a crowd, how you're able to tap into your first initial reaction to the world around you and express that authentically without allowing the world to influence that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Because growing up, you have this knowing that, damn, the world ain't really reacting to me as I would like them to. The world kind of reacting to me as if I'm some type of alien or some shit. And I feel like different light. Well, what I'm taking and how I'm perceiving is that Different Light will be highlighting that not fitting in is okay. Actually taking pride into how you first initially react to the world and how you go about the world in your own unique way is okay, and you don't have to, confine to any restrictions or limitations that the world wants to place onto you. So yeah, can we go deeper into what inspired Different Light and the message that you want to share with folks regarding the project?
Right. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm gonna get this off the top of my head real quick while I'm thinking about it. It's okay to write about your experiences. And that was probably the hardest thing for me, was being okay with the words that came out on paper as far as me expressing myself and my experiences as a form of art. When it comes to one of the books that I read, The Diary of Anne Frank, it was able to propel me forward, given the fact, whether if it's truthful or not, man, don't really fucking matter. But the fact that she was able to give an account of her day-to-day life, and not put her ego into like, oh, is somebody gonna read this, or how is somebody gonna feel about how I look today, or are they gonna feel bad about how I'm feeling or the words that I say? There's plenty of examples of people that express themselves in ways that not everybody is gonna accept. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be completely authentic to my spirit in that regard, because like you said, that original point of who you are can be a bit scary, because you are looking for your own individual light in this world, and you would hope that people can accept your art for what it is. So I say that to say, because I didn't rap, I didn't sing, I didn't behave like everyone in my life, either growing up, either as of recent. Man, it's just, I really do have my own vibration and my own way of thinking, and it's nothing wrong with that. There's no real rules to spirituality, but come into spirituality one way or another. I mean, if you jump off a bridge and you became spiritual right midway through, fall off the bridge, and what I'm saying, shit, you that came into spirituality right before you needed to, you know what I'm saying? It's no real path to that. But the only thing is just be in that path. And once I got to that point in that path, there was a person broke it down to me that I see things as colors and vibration. I have always been extremely left brain, very bright in mathematics. I actually, if I would have finished up in college, I would have had a minor in mathematics. I finished up differential equations. I was in probability and statistics. I've already finished up Cal 1 through 4 at the time I decided to drop out of school. So my right brain, I was in engineering at the time, electrical. So yeah, I was creative in a sense. Like, I had to be creative when it came to problem solving, but that's all logical thinking. So when I had this awakening in my right brain, just clicked online, colors, vibrations, that's how I was able to really see the world, and that translated into music. So vibrations, and like I see vibrations in music and colors, and I take that into the real world also. So my the way I walk in my path, what keeps me firmly grounded, is certain colors appearing in my reality, and that lets me know, okay, this color means this, and I've laid that out for myself as, okay, this is my way I walk. So in doing that, what happened was I created a pattern which allowed me to actually float above what people would normally get watered down in. It's like their day-to-day thoughts, the things that they always experience at work. It's like, where can you find your nirvana? Where's your peace? And that came from me in the form of music first, before I branched out into all these different things that I can do with my throat chakra. So Different Light was inspired by the fact that my spirit is on fire, and every time that I tried to walk away from acknowledging that original light within me, that original spark, as far as like not doing anything with my right brain, things would happen to me. It's almost like I was bound, I was destined to do this. It's like things would literally push me. Like I tore my ACL, I think, bro. Not my ACL, Lord have mercy, my Achilles but still, this is bad, bro. Like, I used to play ball, wasn't even playing ball. It's like I did that because it was one point in my time in these last 3-4 years, I had stopped doing music. And that's when, and I know you're gonna talk about it, but I had a special person coming into my life at that time, and I had stopped doing music. And I know it's like I had basically wavered away from the path that, I'm gonna keep it where everybody can understand what God had, lined out for me in this life. So I started to veer away from that. So I had to accept that different light within myself. And as far as like, because people always, and I don't know this, and I don't understand this, like, people always like to hear music, right? But when a person begins to tap into the next wave of culture for music, the people around them is like, what you doing? Like, why are you deciding to take this path? Like, I'm just gonna pick like the Harlem Renaissance, like Motown. I'm talking about like real, real underground music waves that were created in different cities. It's like now when the spiritual city decided to stand up and create their own music, you feel me? That's when it's a problem. It's a new thing. So it's a new, and that was a hard concept. It's like, how do I express this newness in a form that everyone can relate to? And Different Light is like balancing this newness with the mundane world, and it's picking particular words, it's picking particular melodies that people can, gyrate to and vibrate to. And it's not really trying to be, is you are being alien, you know what I'm saying? You're finally accepting that about yourself, but you're being relatable. Yeah. Like, you're trying to express something that's otherworldly through words, and expressions where people can relate to it on a day-to-day basis. And that was a big struggle for me. And that's why it probably took me so long, because I had to literally grow up and experience my own life and learning how to even just talk to people all over again. I really felt like a child, man. I'm earthly 27 years, but the last, 2017 and now, I can't do simple math. Lord save me, because I can do all the complex math in the world. 22 minus 17, I think that's 5. So like the past 5 years, man, I really had to grow up as a child all over again, and learning how to have these extrasensory feedback coming into my reality and using that the right, correct way. Just wisdom, man. Just applying knowledge and trial and error. That's all. Wisdom. Riding a bike, is how it is. So
Yeah.
That's what propelled me to keep going forward. Was every time that I did get a song written down completely, was listening to the wisdom inside of it, even though I was going through hellacious things, and I cannot believe that I'm still here on the other side of some of these hellacious things. So it was just once I got the ball rolling on just doing music, um, uh, it's something that like you can't really necessarily take away from me. And the world has taken a lot of things away from me, and I wanted to be able to express something that was, at least I felt like the world was taking a lot of things away from me at the time, and I wanted to be able to express that as understanding that I can't live inside my victim mentality no more. I gotta be able to move on. I got a seed coming into this world. I got all of these. I got life to look forward to, man. I was, I don't know, like super young at the time, early 20s, late teens. I got life to look forward to in whatever aspect it is. So at the time I gave up before I changed over to like completely being spiritual and shit like that. I had gave up on life, honestly. I think I ain't wanted to kill myself, but I damn sure wanted to die, goddamn it, a couple of times. I was like, what the fuck? Because I thought I was shutting down because my right brain came on and I wasn't using shit that I had to do with school, but like the engineering portion of it. I was glad I got anything that got to do with frequencies, vibrations, electrical engineering helped me with that a lot. And just learning different tools that are like Logic Pro and Pro Tools as far as like mixing and mastering music. But man, besides that, man, I ain't want to be here no more. So when I gave up and I find myself still here, still wondering, the being that came out on the other side of that, that wasn't necessarily the same person that I was when I was growing up. And that is the person that I don't think my mom has really even completely grasped. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I'm single, you know what I'm saying? I don't have necessarily a woman that can grasp that. And that's not necessarily wrong, nothing bad to point out to the women in my life, nor me. We all are learning on this life, you know what I'm saying? So they have their vibration and I have my vibration. And who they need to vibrate to, they'll vibrate to. And that's where they'll grow and they'll plant their trees and their fruit will grow from that. And I wish all the women in my life the best. So it's not necessarily nothing. No, it's just, I don't see right now, it's like that reflection of myself, it has to be someone extremely rooted. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to look for no reflection in nobody because I first wanted to become whole in this. And at a young age, I was kind of looking like, oh, I was like, but once you grow in your spirituality, you realize you got to become your own mother, you got to become your own father, your own babysitter, this, that, and the third, because you got to be able to do it for yourself, become whole, and then become, anything outside of that that becomes physical and manifests in this world. In my opinion, if we are able to have the luxury of, getting to this spot, do so as quickly as possible. But when I got here and what came out of it was, I'm just so at peace now, man. It just, all I can really say is just, I'm extremely at peace in knowing that this is, what I'm supposed to be doing and the things that are being fruitful in my life, as far as how all the connections of the people I've helped and this, that, and the third along this journey. It's been so authentic, man. It's been so real. I can't go back, and I never want to trade my path. I may have not made the most physical money, but this has been one hell of a journey. I matured into somebody super strong. I never thought I could ever be this strong, mentally, physically. Um, man, it's a wonderful journey. So when I was originally getting into different light, as far as the name of the project, um, you know, I had some Dave. He came to me. He was like, "Man, you need to come out with a whole bunch of music," because like, shout out to Dave, man. This man has been organizing my thoughts, bro. Sometimes he'll organize my thoughts in that aspect. So he was like, "Yeah, man, you need to come with a different, come with a title for your tape or your album." And that's where it immediately came to me. I just like, it's almost, it was waiting for me to say it, because as soon as he said, I was like, yeah, man, I just already got this called Different Light. And because it's just, I've always been a big proponent of just being the individual, being sovereign, and being one with source, and being, that shining brightness in the dark, that's able to, when people get in your presence, they're able to realize like who the creator is, and what that kind of energy is emanating, and how it's supposed to be balanced, at least in a masculine form. Because in this world, men are the way, especially a melanated man, has been looked down. We want to have good images of what we actually are capable of being. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't always like this. So anybody striving to do this, continue on. You feel me? Don't stop on your journey, because I'm still not where I think I want to be, but I've accepted my shadow self for where it is, and that's how I'm able to stay perfect with my imperfections. So I do, I appreciate the growth of it all. But yeah, man, that's what Different Light. I hope I answered your question.
You did. Over here tearing up and shit. And the reason I say this because just going beyond just sharing the same moon signs, I relate to
Yeah,
that. I really relate to that. And although I know I still have a lot of growth to go through, um, I think the whole purpose of spirituality is growing into the person that you can be proud of, and growing into a person that you see fit for yourself. But taking it back to what you were saying, when you first started answering the question, you said something about seeing life in vibrations and colors. And that was something that I started stepping into as well. There was a time in my life where I was desensitized to the things that I felt. I wasn't fully in touch with my reality. I was just more so allowing life to happen to me rather than um spewing whatever I had to offer to life. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
So taking it back to seeing life in vibrations and colors, it was allowing more intimate with life, actually putting meaning and reasonings behind the things that I was seeing and experiencing and feeling. You know what I mean? Taking it back to the color,
exactly.
taking it back to the colors. You see specific colors, and you really got to sit there and ask yourself, like, what is this color? How is this color making me feel? What thoughts am I accumulating while I'm seeing these different colors? And one thing I really noticed, I really peeped this whenever I was in a grocery store, and it was just so many colors. Like it was a lot going on. It was chaotic as hell. And I
Right.
really sit there and ask myself, what am I feeling at this exact moment? And although I may think, it might have been like weird at the time, but it allows us to be more intimate with life. But going back to you answering the question, damn, I really have to sit with that because I really relate to that. I really, really relate to that. And you say, going down the path of spirituality, you have to become your own mother, your own father, your own babysitter. And that's true because you really
Man,
sit with the things that you're feeling. You really have to sit with the things that you're thinking, and you really have to sit with what you're experiencing. And it allows you to be more intimate with yourselves. We live in a world
exactly.
where so damn, and I say this all the time. It's this S word. We're so, what is the word? It's the S word. We're so, fuck. This happens
Shit.
all the time. I just said this in the last interview I did.
I feel like we stuck up, goddamn it. That's what I feel like it.
We're so damn. Not to get too lost in that. You really do have to become your own mother and your own father. Damn, that is true. When folks hear that, they probably will be like looking at that like, damn, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man. It's like you gotta just become your own nurturer, man. You don't want to expel your energy out. It's like always being needy, you know what I'm saying? So if you rely on the spirit to give you everything that you need first, that's where I find my peace and my comfort. Because again, I gave up, man. Like I said, and then the only thing that I had at that point was my spirit to talk to. So I was like, so that's why I act the way I do, because I don't necessarily be talking to people first. I'll be like, okay, this person giving me feedback, and I'll access my spirit, like, okay, what they say, or you know what I'm saying. I just walk through my life and be like, okay, this is what I need. I wouldn't even write it down on paper first before I talk to my spirit. You know, it'd be that intimate of a relationship, just because that's all I knew at that point, and it's all I know now as I continue my walk. Is just like I gotta rely on something that became my foundation for carrying me, past not wanting to be here no more. So anything that can carry me past, I'm not saying anything, but the right thing that can carry me past, where I'm at or where I want to be, where I was and where I want to be going. Just being able to give that energy of wanting to be comforted to yourself through your spirit. Your spirit is your greatest comforter. That is literally what it was sent here to do. So I find myself being comforted in my own spirit, and the man pops back in the room while it's still recording. I know you're gonna go back and edit this shit, but yeah.
I'm so sorry about that, bro. This is long. But anyway, that was something I wanted to share with you. I'm so glad that you opened up about your experiences with just life in general. Because like I said, damn, I was over here tearing up because it allowed me to revisit some parts of my life that, sometimes I may have buried away. There was a particular time in my life where I didn't want to be here either. I even cried to my mom, telling her like, bro, I tried to kill myself. And I was young too, a kid. And at that time, life just wasn't fulfilling me. Um, it was like, damn, a nigga didn't belong. But as I'm able to look where I'm at now, like you were saying, I am so fucking proud of myself. And I just want to so fucking proud of you, because life can get hard.
Man, I appreciate that, G. I'm proud of you too, bro, because shit, it's definitely hard out here.
It's not about being in that victim, and about knowing where you come from to see where you're going. So just being here with you right now, and just damn, and just how you your authenticity. I'm able to see how hardworking you are. I'm able to see how dedicated you are. And I'm able to see how much time and effort you put into what you want to accomplish. And that right there is inspiration. And for me, being able to look up to older men as figures that I can look towards, because I didn't always have that in my immediate environment. Sometimes I had to, like you say, you have to be your own father in a sense. Sometimes I had to do that. And damn.
Oh, you good, G. I'm already knowing, because it's not easy, man. I already know it's like those days ain't easy when you got to pick yourself up, man. So you get emotional. It's just, it's real, man. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Once you get on the other side of that, the wisdom and the contentment you come out, how humble you are. It's so irreplaceable. Like money can't buy that, man. Hell, I don't know how the people do it, man. They be selling their souls to whatever the fuck they be selling their souls to. Like, cause this tool that we call it a tool, whatever the fuck it is called, soul is it's so intricate, man, and it's so forgiving and so understanding of like our human struggles. So, yeah, man, like I said, I appreciate the fact that she said you can look to me as an example, because man, I ain't saying I try so hard to be an example, but I just just try to do the right thing to the best of my ability every day, just to stay in balance. So yeah, man, that's what it's about. Just continue to stay in balance, staying whole, and continue to grow and bear fruit and share their fruit and live abundantly as we supposed to be in the beginning. Goddamn it, shit.
Yes. Another question that I have for you is which song on the album do you think that you got your most intimate with,
um,
or your most open?
um, damn, that's a really good ass question. Oh man, cause oh shit. All right. So Jazz Tip. Everybody heard Jazz Tip. So Jazz Tip and Stand Out are not it, y'all. But I really love those two songs. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to Millionaire for going ham on Jazz Tip. Not Jazz Tip, but Stand Out. It's crazy because it's a good tie between I Know That You Like It and I think the other one will be Alive and Well. And Alive and Well is one of the new songs. And I think that's probably my most relatable one. So I really want that one to be hidden. I don't want nobody to I want everybody to be surprised about that one. So
Yeah.
Alive and Well, people say that some people really like the people that are within my inner circle say that's one of my best songs that I've made. But I Know That You Like It was not only think the first song that I mastered and it sounded really good, crisp, clean. It took me a few months to write it. I wrote the first part of it early last year, probably. I had my grandfather and my grandmother on different sides of my family, both transitioned. If it was early 2021, if it wasn't early 2021, it was late 2020. So yeah, I talked about my grandmother in the song. I talked about my father in the song. He transitioned in 2013. I talked about my son in the song. He got here 2019. So it was talking about multiple generations and also incorporating my personal life into it. And then I give a biblical reference into it as well to start the song out. And I hope that people pay attention to the lyrics, because I do a play on words with my lyrics when it comes to like the biblical reference and my personal life. So I did it from it's all got to do with family and personal life at that level, being brought from ancestral all the way to what the future is holding. And I brought that into I Know That You Like It. And I think that's probably one of the songs that I'm probably I can really enjoy the most, because I was like, yeah, the first half was written when I was highly emotional in experiencing that. And I waited a couple months and I finished up because I couldn't put it into words. I was still in the midst of experiencing it. I didn't think I finished right into maybe January. So I started that song off probably in like late July. And then I finished up in early January. So I had a lot of time to experience. So that was a hard song for me to write the second half of, because I didn't understand the flow I wanted to get into, the words I wanted to say. So Yeah, man, it's just crazy you asked that question because you know what I'm saying, I think that's the one that yeah, that you know what I'm saying, you got a chance to listen to. Yeah. I fuck with that song heavy. Yep. It's just
Nice.
it's different genres that come across in there, and I like that. And one genre that I don't necessarily touch is country, like country music, and I got like a little country vibe in there. And I like, hey, I fuck with that shit. So yeah, so it's like, yeah, I did something different for real. It's like I got a little country in that one. So yeah.
Yes, and I'm so glad that those in the soul group highlight that they don't bind to just one genre, so that way you guys are able to, actually dabble into other genres. You feel me? And
Real
actually
talk.
with y'all craft, so y'all can, I mean, bam, expand, bro. Um, Taking it back to your work, I noticed that in Worth the Try, as I actually sit there and listen to, you actually rap, you do get really intimate about your life experiences. And that's something I have to salute you for, because we don't get that a lot in the music industry no more.
Appreciate that.
A
Appreciate
lot of
that.
people are just rapping about the same material things and the same situations that are in a perpetual loop. But that's how you really connect with an artist on a level, when you're actually able to immerse yourself into their experiences and what they go through. I was just talking to my mom about that. Like when I actually sit there and listen to the artists that I listen to on a day-to-day basis, they be talking about life experiences, and
Exactly.
it be some, I don't want to say traumatic, but it be some deep shit that I'm sure a lot of folks can relate to. And music is such a great way to connect with people. Like it truly is. And for artists, you can really learn about a lot about an artist through their music. For real. What are Another question I have, what is something that folks might learn from you just hearing one song?
I hate talking about myself.
Man, you about
Right.
you.
Right. All right. So man, I'm multi-talented, man. And I don't want, and I hate to highlight that about myself. I think that's a spiritual gift given to me. When you hear Know That You Like It, the only thing, it's a mixtape to begin with, so the majority of the sounds are not mine originally. Know That You Like It is not one of my original sounds. But all of the audio engineering, all of the singing, and all of the written lyrics, all of the melodies created, all of the rapping, that's all original. That's all me originally. Nothing, no one inputted. Um, Dave didn't even master it. He didn't even think he needed to. And he's still going to, because of course he's gonna put his grand engineering over it. Once everything's complete, he gonna make everything sound. But it to me, it's just like I said, I finished that song like 4 a.m. one morning, just sitting in an empty parking lot, nobody around. Like I'm in there mixing and mastering inside my vehicle. So multi-talented. Um, um, I'm from the South, so people are gonna understand especially once they get into the second verse of how I began to get into my flows. Like I was brought up in the church, and I brought that particular vibe into this song, and I mixed that with some country. So I wanted to bring that aspect to show people what region of the world I was from, so they can get a understanding. Okay, yeah, this sounds like a Southern Baptist person, preaching or whatever, something like that. So it's just, if someone had to pick out what, once they hear the entire song, like he has experience, like he's able to experience things and bring them to fruition with an immense imagination. And I didn't have. and I don't have a limit. Like this, whatever you want to call source energy, yourself, your higher self, granted me, the ability to not have a limit, but my own personal limit on what I want things to sound like as a finished product. And I want people to acknowledge that side of it more so less than it's just physically me. It's more so my spirit is able to show its essence inside of my music and share that through all of my talents. And I give all the praise to my higher self in that regard. Cause it's not necessarily, again, it's about like that image of what I'm trying to show as myself. And as far as what I perceive life as, getting into my world. So it's just, and that image again is not a worldly person anymore, so it's just getting into that and expressing it through my experiences. So I really hope that people can get a grasp on like this is an evolved individual, and this is a pinnacle, and I hate to use that word, of what art is actually progressing towards, to be, as far as what this new sound that this next generation is trying to bring out, is how they dealt with their struggles and what they found as a safe haven for them to express themselves. So it's like, yeah, just experiencing that new sound for the first time, and bringing that vibration down from heaven onto the ground, man. So that's why I want everybody to experience about me. It's like, yeah, this man's really heavenly. He ain't from here, really. Yeah.
Nice answer, bro.
Yeah. Real shit, man. Heavenly, man. Real cosmic being down here on earth, just, handling business the best way I can, given the circumstances, the situation,
Yes. I like that you said that we're a business. You got a lot going on as far as business wise. You have chakra incense and you have rolling trays. Can you go
Right.
further for those that want to support Rafiki, Mr. Nebulous?
Man, listen. I know you can't see, this is like my little studio room, but like I got all my supplies in one of these closets behind me. I got my rolling tray sitting here. I have been in the talks for the longest time of expanding into different products, new products coming. I do not want to get into the specifics of it because I want that to be something that everyone will be surprised about, and I want just to roll it out when it comes into fruition. But yeah, man, I got the rolling trays for right now. I still got hundreds of those. I sold like 3 this week. I sell incense more so inside of Kansas City than anything that I do online. I get a few people online every once in a while still. But yeah, man, first 5 years of business is slow. I'm doing this on my own. So a lot of times I found myself focusing on one thing at a time. I have a lot, like you said, a lot going on. So early on, I did a lot when it came to just getting the business off the ground, as far as having something tangible people can see, like, hey, he's actually able to manifest and have something physical here that comes out of his mind. And what I want to do now is to have that attractability and bring out music and bring out content that people can enjoy. And then once they enjoy the music and the content, they can then now, of course, with a regular business model, come into my realm of my business and come shop with me once they see products and stuff that I have lined up. Shout out to Zobody Nature for Nurture. I am a official partner with the CMOS business. He got some new CMOS coming out, or has new CMOS that is out, pineapple and strawberry. You can always go into my link in my bio and click on Nature for Nurture. Purple CMOS, Irish gold, all wild crafted. Then he has those in strawberry. He has the wild Irish, the gold one, and pineapple and strawberry. So Yeah, man, good stuff for you. So it's just like, yeah, man, we're just expanding um, one thing at a time, and so I can have that focus. So once I get done with Different Light in its totality, I will begin, and I've already actually begun. It's crazy. He and I actually had a conversation earlier today. We've been having conversations on a weekly basis about other things we want to get into with our business, and I think people are going to enjoy what I have in store, what we got in store for our businesses. Um, so it's gonna be making it more, just bringing some laughs and shit, make it more attractive, and so people can relate and get some people to come to our page and into our lives and shit like that. So yeah, man, it's all looking up from here. So yeah, that's what I got going on the business tip. I actually got one of my rolling trays. Matter of fact, bro, give me a second. I don't want to show you nothing dirty.
Nah, you good.
I don't want to show you nothing dirty, bro. Just so you know it's real, man. Oh, it's real when it's wrapped in plastic. So yeah, man.
Oh,
Get in the light. So that's the rolling tray. This is my original business logo. I'm working on a new business logo as well, so I can have something that I think people would enjoy wearing. So this is enough on the tad bit on that. So yeah, man, that's people love the rolling trays, man. One guy just asked for my number. He's gonna buy a rolling tray for me. You can go shop with me on my Etsy store. So if you want to link with me on rolling trays and any of my products that I got, and I know like I said, I stalled on the incense. I still got the original scent. I started on the incense again to work on this project for music, and I got, of course, more music and shit on the way too. But I wanted to really focus on, getting this out so people can really vibe to it. Man, people been on my ass about me dropping my music, boy. I'm telling you, bruh. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have life.
you are a dope artist. So I mean, shit, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And for those who don't know where they can find you at, what are the at handles?
Jazz Tip and Standout are officially on all major platforms. The rest of my music, one song, Please Make This Simple, is on Bandcamp. The reason why it's on Bandcamp is I'm gonna release a lot of original sounds, like the songs that I actually composed or have someone compose for me that I actually own is gonna go on Bandcamp. So that's the only one that's on Bandcamp. A lot of the rest of my sounds you can find on SoundCloud and YouTube. That's the biggest places. And I drop snippets on my Instagram, probably the biggest. I've been hearing people telling me to drop some more snippets on YouTube. I've been trying to get into that, and on TikTok as well. But yeah, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Music. That's where, of course, Spotify, all the, like I said, the major streaming platforms for those two songs. But yeah, that's where you can find me. If you really want to get into my oldest music, when I started in 2017, SoundCloud is where you're gonna see my oldest music and a couple of my newer songs. But yeah, the new stuff's gonna get dropped on streaming platforms.
Yes, yes. Well, there you have it, folks. That was Nebulous Miyagi.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time to sit with me today. We got into some things, and I really enjoyed this conversation. You were listening to StarBrain Radio, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.